Welcome back, ladies and gents. Well, we are going to work on the Capri today in today's video. We got some much needed suspension work to do on it. I did get the car all together, running and driving, got the exhaust all done, which I'll show you guys when we get up in the air. Yeah, the suspension is shot on this guy, like, it is bad. So, got the car right here. I'm gonna pull it in here in a second. But yeah, all four struts are clapped, especially this one right here. I don't know if I can set the phone down and I'll shake the car up and down so you guys can see how clapped it is. I mean, sitting right height. It's bad. That noise that you just heard, there's a bolt missing right here to hold the fender on. Little stuff, but yeah, it's, I mean, you drive this thing and it's like driving a semi. You take off from a stoplight or anywhere and the car just, you know, it does the Foxbody lean, just barely taking off, and you get into it and it tucks that back tire. Stuff rubs, stuff smoking, everything's clapped. So we're gonna get it in here on the hoist, and I got 4 brand new shocks to put on it. Just basic, you know, parts store, nothing special brand. I mean, it's just a stock car. But yeah, we're gonna get those swapped out, so no more gangster lean, you know. So, all right, let's pull her in. All right, so we got the car up in the air. I almost had all the tires and wheels off, and then I just realized I should probably take a before measurement of ride height, because I do have some lowering springs that I would like to put on it. I don't know how much they're gonna lower it because they're just a used set we got from a guy for free. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna install the rear ones because they're the easier ones to install, but I wanna see what the before is, install the rears, set it on the ground, and then see where we are afterwards to see if I'm gonna want it to be however low it's gonna lower it, and then decide if I'm gonna spend the extra money to get caster camber plates and a bump steer kit for the front, which I have a bump steer kit, so really I'm not spending money there, but I do need caster camber plates. But yeah, we'll go from there to see if I'm gonna wanna lower it or not, you know, or maybe get a different set of lowering spring. All right, so we got it on the ground. This will kind of give a representation of where we are at stock height. So we are sitting, looks like right at essentially 28 to that body line right there. Yeah, 28. And we'll get it back up in the air, and I already got the top part of the shocks unbolted. And we'll unbolt the bottom and then pull the tire and wheel off both sides. We'll pop the old springs out, pop the new ones in, and then we'll set it back down on the ground and see where we're at. Okay, so figured out a different way of doing it. As you can see, I was struggling. Whew. So what I did is I actually went up underneath here and pried down and then pulled it back and was able to just yank it out by hand for it to pop out. So here we have our factory spring, and then here is our new spring. So as you can tell, holy crap, quite a big difference there. Yeah, I don't know if these springs are gonna work out for what I want for ride height on this car. But we're gonna give it a try and see how much it lowers it. So I'll pop this guy in. Actually, we'll get the other side out, and then I'll pop this one in the other side, and then we'll lower it down on the ground. Alright, so I got the other spring out on the other side. Now I'll try to finagle this one back up in there. Woo! What a battle. So I'll try to put this guy back in there, just like how it came out. So, like that. Of course, it'd be easier if the shock was hooked up to try to keep the axle up, but that's okay. How low is she gonna go? Come on, hoist, you're slower than molasses.
One eternity later.
I would say it lowered it quite a bit. Wow. Okay. How much did it lower it? Looks like exactly 2 inches. So what do we think? Do we like it? I mean, it definitely looks mean from the back. That's a big difference. All right, so we jumped ahead quite a bit. I got the back all buttoned up, got the new shocks in, lowering springs. I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and just put all these lowering springs on it, just because I like how the back looks, all down tucked and low. I think once I roll the inner wheel well, it should be good as far as clearance issues. It seems pretty stiff, way stiffer than the factory stuff. So I already have the front all torn apart here. This spring's already out. Of course, that one exploded when it came out. And here we have the front springs. So we got the new one here. This is the old one. So as you can see, we're missing about a coil, really. So hopefully this will give the ride height right where we want it to match the back. Like I said, I don't know anything about these springs. I got them for free. Gonna give them a try. The other side's done. Now we're on to this side of getting the spring out. So let's see if I can set the phone up so we can watch the spring explode out of here.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh boy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Try not to break this shield. Winner! I win. Alright, now I'll try to get this new one in. So what you want to do, if you've never installed springs on a Fox before, is put your pad on. Of course, there's supposed to be a rubber sleeve that goes around this to help dampen noise. But the end of the spring here, you want it to end up in this pocket in the lower control arm. So you want to try to position it in there to where you think it's going to be close. What you want to do, something like that. Just like so. Now the fun part is trying to jack it back up. Now you want to take the time to make sure it looks like it's going to line up, looks like it's going to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the new strut in here and get it to where it's started up here. Now we can jack this up the rest of the way, hook up the strut, tighten the bolts, and then from there we can let down on it a little bit, and then we can tighten the top one. New strut. installed here. Past the brake caliper. Okay, now we got the strut started. As you can see, we need to come up quite a ways. Ow. Try not to smash your fingers. Bam! Got our lowering spring in there, strut. And then the thing that I use to get the spring up and over, you just unscrew it from the bottom and then you just slide it out through the pocket underneath the lower control arm. Pretty slick setup. All right, well, we got everything in. And I have to say, it looks pretty sick. Sheesh. It's sitting a little weird just because it's sitting in like it's like a little crevice in the driveway. But man, is she low now. Wow. I can't wait to see this thing in the daytime. Ain't sitting like no monster truck no more. Man, if this thing had the 5-load conversion and then the wheels that I would love to see on this thing, jeez, God, it would look so good. So for anybody that doesn't know, I do have this car for sale. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook or even through, you know, Crazy House Performance. Yeah, this car's for sale. Anybody's looking for a clean Capri, let me know. I also can't wait to get my RS hood scoop back from my body guy. So that way we can cut a hole in this hood and put an air cleaner. Because I don't have an air cleaner on it right now because there's no room with the 351 and the tall intake. But it's going to be a little hard to see it from this side. But yeah, it's sitting good now. I like it. Yeah, it looks good. I can't wait to see it in the daytime. So I think I'm going to end the video off here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of, I guess, off topic in a way. Not really. I mean, we are making progress on the other projects. Got my Ranger that's going to be coming up next, but I also do have some other parts coming for this that we'll talk about probably in another video. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys keep it crazy, and we'll see you in the next one.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world fine? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.